And we are happy you've chosen to join us. Basketball's in the air, and the first possession is going to belong to Virginia Tech as we're underway.
Both teams man-to-man. Irish are probably a little bit more aggressive on the basketball, especially Hannah Hidalgo. You're going to love watching her, partner.
Well, everybody loves watching Hannah Hidalgo, and now you see her with, as we said, all hands on deck around here are going to be something special. This one pulled off the boards by King.
Rose Mishaw also picked up one on the very first possession.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Hidalgo's motor is so good on both ends of the floor. She's like a one-man press.
Got to feel like they're more than one individual out there wearing three. Well, there's more than 1 3 up on the board. Here's White draining one for Virginia Tech.
Felt like she didn't have a good game against NC State. She's been playing so well in the month of January for the Hokies. It'd be big if she can play well tonight.
California puts the Hokies on the board, but just that quick, there's an answer for the Irish. What are your 1 or 2 points of emphasis for Virginia Tech tonight?
Well, they've got to get back in transition, and they have to stop penetration. Those two things are just lethal with Notre Dame.
Easier said than done, it would seem, but a good formula to try to hang around in this one, make it interesting. In front of the home fans. That'll do so. Wenzel.
Solid tonight.
Yeah, here's her average up plus 10 from a year ago, and you saw her right at 15 points per contest. Those were her first 3. She's away with the basketball here.
And as good as Notre Dame shoots it from 3, you'd still rather have them do that while Karis Baker makes a 3 than get all the way into the lane.
St. Paul, Minnesota native. How about this lane to the bucket?
She was a 2-time All-Big East first teamer, had 4 straight NCAA tournament appearances, and also played with current associate head coach for Notre Dame, Carol Owens. Now, you think that they want to share the love, right? But she said it's definitely special, but we'll have to wait till after the game to share some love.
She will love this, however. Thank you so much, Kyle. What a start.
Little ISO, Eck versus Westbeld. Eck a little bit quicker to the rim. And the nice finish through contact.
Heck, who averages 11.1 per contest, the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. She was sharing with us pregame, Mac, that this is a place that built her. And not only that, but created the passion in her to invest her life.
Emotionally, too.
First time here at Virginia Tech that she looks across in an ACC conference game, sees those familiar colors. She looks across the floor and sees her team playing some of their best basketball, at least in this clip of the season. That's Baker laying another home, and Virginia Tech has doubled up Notre Dame early.
Yeah, a great pass by Wenzel. We talked about her having to make good decisions. That was an excellent decision.
This is going to be familiar to her as well. First points for Karlen, and we mentioned it earlier, just kind of brushed over it. It's worth underscoring. She played for Coach Duffy at Marquette before transferring.
Yeah, Koval into Karlen right there, and Notre Dame likes to go high-low. The Hokies say, we can score in the post, too.
Boy, how about the touch going toe-to-toe in the chess match of this ACC Thursday night.
Karlen with the illegal screen, another turnover for Notre Dame. There's that defense.
Now this straight takeaway for Hidalgo. Was going to ask you a moment ago as she lays this home.
Very productive.
25.4 per contest for the sophomore out of New Jersey. This is a team that they shoot it well, they rebound it well, solid in all facets. But Virginia Tech matching them to this point. Here's Nelson with a bucket.
Yeah, Hidalgo gambled that time, and there's that penetration.
Team separated by a single basket with a single minute now remaining in the opening period. There is a whistle on this end of the floor. Well,
on both sides.
And go ahead and tuck it away in the back of your mind. We're not far removed from the women getting together once again as
next
they
Thursday
did for Virginia Tech and Virginia. And if you're really into the Commonwealth Clash, they're going to wrestle it out tomorrow night. The wrestling battle will take place, Commonwealth Clash edition, right here in Blacksburg. White comes away with it after the mad scramble inside the final minute of what's been a memorable first period.
Hidalgo with an unforced turnover right there.
Wenzel, top of the key. Boy, that rattled everywhere but down.
It's a good pull-up, though, from the free throw line. That's a good shot for Carleigh Wenzel and the Hokies.
Slowed up by Hidalgo. About 7 seconds differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Right back where it came from. Citron gathers it up, keeps the possession alive. 5 to shoot. Guess who will? Hidalgo off the glass. And the shot clock is off for Virginia Tech.
Coach Ivey won't be happy with that decision by Olivia Miles, although she's happy with about 99% of her decisions.
100%, and that is the first personal, obviously, in this quarter on Miles. Pretty close in terms of what they do from the free throw line. Virginia Tech as a unit 75.7, Notre Dame right at 75. A little heave before the quarter ends. It is off the mark. This first quarter, however, was not. Does it get much better than this on a Thursday night? Here's how they've been shooting it this season. And the three-point percentage much higher here, 50% so far in this one.
Yeah, 50% from the floor, 50% from beyond the arc, 80% from the free throw line, and Notre Dame has yet to get to the free throw line.
You're Virginia Tech. How do you build on that first quarter, Coach?
Hey, inside out and keep on playing defense. That's where they have to win this thing.
You never give up on a possession. He saw one of the early storylines, picking up a couple of quick ones in this one. Stays with Notre Dame. Zip pass all the way across. That's a three from the corner. A little too much arc on it. Rebound away to the Hokies.
Nice box out that time by Karis Baker, keeping Maddie Westbelt from getting the offensive rebound.
Well, that's an area where Notre Dame boasts a tremendous advantage. Plus 10 in that category in rebounding coming in. Only plus 4 now. Finished off with a little finger roll we talked about from Lonnie White. One of the many solid possessions for Virginia Tech so far. And here was your player you were keeping an eye on at the start. The grad student out of Ohio, Westbelt, shows her range.
She just changes everything when she's in the game with her experience. 5 years, very successful every single year she's been there.
Every building you go in, you're going to get the best shot your opponent can offer.
That's who Notre Dame is. Muffet McGraw established this program.
Still play into those same principles.
Yeah, they've been shooting the ball well enough to be in a good situation, but turning the ball over, that's 10 empty possessions.
Well, and 3 of those turnovers, Coach, in just over 80 seconds of most recent basketball action. So coming in bunches of late, having none of this drive. I want to go back to what you were just talking about with Westbelt. And many discuss it. It's her presence in the lineup, Miles, and we talk about Citron being in that rare air of statistical categories. But when Westbelt has been there, her leadership has made the difference.
Yeah, and they've won 12 straight. They're 8-0 in the league, and a lot of that since Westbelt has gotten back in the lineup 6 games ago.
He told you 8-0 in the ACC. And continuing to shoot well from beyond the arc. This one dropped in by Citron.
Yeah, both coaches were very excited about that opportunity to do something bigger than the game.
And the training moment that it becomes for the next generation, which they hope to put their fingerprints on in so many ways.
Westbelt out for the Fighting Irish. The Fighting Irish has yet to go to the free throw line. 0 free throw attempts and 11 turnovers. Of course, the Hokies have 8 turnovers of their own.
Yeah, there's been some discussion about that, but you're right. The lead for Virginia Tech, just a single point. Remember, this is the same Virginia Tech team that suffered a 28-point loss at the hands of NC State on Sunday evening.
Clearly, they're having success.
Already looking ahead to next week's doubleheader, Commonwealth Clash. Virginia Tech and Virginia believe in what they can do as well as what they do best. They have embraced that belief in this one tonight. It continues.
Eck realized that, used her body to hold off Citron. Eyes on the rim, watch her focus, and playing through the contact, a beautiful play.
That's 30-28 out in front on the scoreboard for Virginia Tech. Speaking of threes, here's a try for number 3, and Hidalgo is just off the mark. Hidalgo, a 3-for-6 start from the floor. She does have 7 points already in this one, but just 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. That's all right. She's a contributor in so many different ways. A takeaway and lays it home.
Yeah, she can do it, and that's why she's the second leading scorer, behind only Tania Latson from Florida State.
We talk about some of those threes not having gone our way. You still look up. She has 9 to pace all the Notre Dame Fighting Irish players.
That was a big part of the emphasis in practice for Coach Duffy this week.
Even at 30, as we dip inside 2.5 minutes to play in the opening half of action here in Blacksburg. Hidalgo changes to the left hand, sees plenty of space for King, and King is true from that distance.
Yeah, the transfer from Pittsburgh, fourth best
King.
rebounder in the league.
You got it. Then averages double figures in the points department as well. Up and with the basketball. Notre Dame, rare situation so far in this one. Zipped back inside. How about this turnaround? Well executed as Karlen has the finish.
Now, such a good passer. Threw a great pass on penetration.
Heck. Inbound with 10 to shoot. Plenty of time to work with, but that's a little strong back of the iron. You talk about the delight of the home crowd. Go back to that just for a moment. Couple of seconds separation between, more like 3 seconds once you look at it a little more in depth between the shot clock and the game clock. Boy, that looked to be right there. Flying in out of nowhere is Olivia Miles. Every millisecond. 6-point lead for Notre Dame. Virginia Tech with the basketball. It's going to have to be a quick catch and shoot. It is. Final possession of the half allows the Hokies to pull back within 4 after leading a good portion of the way.
Keeping up the intensity against such an athletic and strong team, and she was still proud of the effort despite the scoring streak they gave up at the end of the half. She was very pleased because, as you mentioned, Mac, 11 turnovers forced by Notre Dame.
Thanks, Kyle. Well, any surprises in what you heard from both coaches going in and coming out?
No, that's about what we talked about. Important to get off to a good start. Hokies gave up a 3 on the first possession, a turnover on the other end, but they contest the layup and get the stop on the defensive end. Wenzel headed the other way.
Yeah, Notre Dame ripped a page out of Virginia Tech's playbook in that first half. They hit those 3 threes right away. Hidalgo knocking one down to extend Notre Dame's lead here. And there's a third picked up on Wenzel.
How valuable King, the transfer on this team, if you will, how valuable she's been to this team. Rebounding, defending, and a consistent scorer also for Coach Ivey.
Well, number 3 team in the country, and number 3 leading them down the right side of the lane. 3 on Wenzel, 3 on Mishaw. And here is Hidalgo, and 3 knocks this home. You know, coaches always talk about that last couple of minutes of the first half, the first couple of minutes of the second half. Notre Dame dominating that sequence right now. Just closes off those lanes so nicely.
Yeah, White, Eck, Baker. Who's going to step up for Virginia Tech? Matilda Eck says, me.
More than once, Eck has been the answer to that question tonight, and that was with the shot clock winding down. Notre Dame was trying to piece together here.
Yeah, we were talking about the danger zone.
10 Eastern. After our women's basketball doubleheader, the Nothing But Net group, who did just complete that key possession for the Hokies a moment ago, trying to make her own space here, has to kick it to Peterson. Well, we featured the work of Baker at halftime, and
for the Hokies to do a good job on the offensive end as the bench has to play critical minutes.
It's going to require some consideration from Coach Ivey and company. Just going toe-to-toe here. In fact, we asked Coach Ivey about looking over on the other bench and seeing Coach. And they took a pretty good punch early on from Virginia Tech in this one and are now starting to try to pull away a bit.
Number 3 team in the country, behind undefeated and unbeaten in the ACC.
And unbeaten in the continental United States, as some of the members, the clever members of our production crew pointed out today. Everything on the homeland has gone nice for Notre Dame this year, and certainly everything in the Atlantic Coast Conference because of moments like this. Another takeaway. Prosper, just the latest to have her name called, and a whistle.
Great high school athlete, great track athlete.
Be a focal point. Both of them lingering right around 75% as a unit. But
West Bell, just a veteran, knows how to play. Mishaw back in the game.
Prosper just picked up her third. Mishaw among those with that, and this whistle.
Rose Mishaw, the leading field goal shooter in the ACC.
She's been able to do from the floor.
The best in the ACC.
Rims out. She comes away with the rebound. You know, rebounding tonight, Virginia Tech within 3 of Notre Dame's total, and Notre Dame usually out-rebounding opponents by +10. Hokies making those boards count.
Little high-low. Michal was wide open, but wanted to get it a little closer. Got it to Karis Baker down low. Hokies hanging on.
Baker in double figures. She is 4 of 7 from the floor with 10, but Hidalgo and the surrounding cast with it. Just a tremendous, not only resume for this team built already, but all the weapons in the arsenal, speaking to the depth of what this season can become. There's a lot of water that still has to go under the bridge, right? Much work to be done.
While the league is good, this team is exceptionally good, and I think they've got a great chance to do it. But they've had a battle on their hands here tonight.
Virginia Tech in that spot where they're trying to hang close enough, down 51-39. Over there for a quick conversation. What's that conversation like right now?
Yeah, you're going to put a great free throw shooter on the line and put Notre Dame into the bonus.
Well, and that can have as much to do with things outside your control at times. Here's a quick turnaround. Boy, that looked to be on target, but just off the mark for Baker.
Nice little one-on-one move by Karis Baker right there.
This one pays off for Virginia Tech. White, quick pass. Well, good adjustment to find a window, and then it's the latest chance for Baker. On the Virginia Tech side of things, leading the way for the Hokies with 13.
13 points, 7 rebounds.
Looking for some type of opening from which to shoot. There was nothing there of consequence for King. Here come the Hokies. Now, this is a time where Virginia Tech needs to put a run together.
They've gotten a couple stops in a row. See if they can tie a couple scores in a row.
Wenzel on the floor. Another fruitful possession for the Hokies.
Offensive rebound, Rose Michal.
Just like that, on the verge of single digits. But just when things were clicking and she was there. See it on the wrestling side of things. 7 p.m. tomorrow night, a part of the ACC Network's Friday Night Duels. 10th-ranked Hokies. Hokies here tonight trying to claw back against Notre Dame. That looked to be on the money, but it rolls off the rim. And for the makings of a third-quarter run, a third quarter that has been dominated by Notre Dame, we'll see the Irish given an opportunity to pull further away. Miles hangs on to the possession here.
Good defense by Lonnie White right there.
Takes it to single digits on the shot clock. Hidalgo zips a pass, just willed it in there. Notre Dame stretching it to 59-44 inside the final minute of the third. Heck, too strong. Stays with it, though. Baker, it's been her night for Virginia Tech. Stays that way. Another lay-in from the left side.
Put that head down, went right to the goal. The seas parted.
6 of 10 from the floor, 15 for Karis Baker. 13. That to which she cuts the advantage. Put back. True for King, couple of times down, that she has had the key bucket for Notre Dame.
25 going into the fourth quarter. That's pretty solid.
Did so alone. As a unit, they outscored the Hokies 25-14. She's 3 away from her ACC high, as we said. 25.4 was the average.
Notre Dame shows a little zone on the baseline out of bounds. The Hokies were ready for it.
Shaw finds enough space to knock down a basket. She's one of those been playing for a while. You know, you talked about the way this team shoots free throws as a unit, Coach. They are now 12 of 13 from the charity stripe in this one.
Yeah, that's solid. They haven't been there a lot, but they've made the most of it when they got there. Hokies, meanwhile, 11 for 17. Notre Dame pick up 2-2-1 full court, back into a 2-3 zone.
Fed way underneath.
How many times your coach yell at you? Follow your shot, right?
You got it. She's playing with 4. Wenzel has 4.
Good job. Contested shot and the defensive rebound.
That's the reason Nelson getting the basketball in these minutes. 10 to work with. 10 has it. Oh, Baker couldn't get it to fall. What a hustle play. Saves the possession. Connects on her second key three-pointer of the contest. She's got an 11. May surprise you to know that's the first made three since the first quarter for a team that utilized that as the made weapon. But the Irish answer with one of their own. Nisha, remember, playing with 4, still with plenty of spunk, but can't get it to fall as she turns around. Hidalgo now. Speaking of energy, she'll have the and one opportunity.
With the layup and the free throw.
Ten to work with for the Hokies. Hidalgo, that pestering D, she continues to play. Forces Wells to give it up to Wenzel. Shot clock winding down. And this possession comes to a halt. It's going to be Notre Dame's out of bounds after what will be a shot clock violation. That's our timeout as well. 4:43 to play. Notre Dame trying to hold Virginia Tech at arm's length.
We had unsporting technicals on Hannah Hidalgo and Carleigh Wenzel. So those will offset, and it'll be Notre Dame basketball on the baseline. You see Wenzel very aggravated, talking to Hidalgo, who had talked to her a little bit before.
Another piece of that, it makes her 5th foul. So for Wenzel, that means the evening is complete.
Yeah, bad news for Virginia Tech.
Right when it looked like the Hokies may have a bit of a spurt in them.
Yeah, Hokies had it to 10, but 6 straight has made it back to a comfortable lead, and they just added to it. As I predicted that ball was going to go in, and it didn't.
Hidalgo's going to give a crack at it. Her season average, but she has just reached the 30-point threshold in this one. What Coach Ivey has been able to do, particularly with her leading the way. High noon showdown, the Commonwealth Clash. Do you sit back there in a zone scenario? Do you step on out and try to guard Hidalgo and company? I mean, it really is, as Notre Dame themselves embrace the mantra of pick your poison, it really is the best description of this scenario because such a nice job. Here's Nelson, head of steam toward the basket, and that's stripped away. That pesky Notre Dame defense continues. They never take the foot off the accelerator.
On either end.
Slowed down now, just as I say that a little bit, but that's because they're going to work for the shot they want. Citron out top, who's had a number of them tonight to the tune of 8 points, pulling down 4 boards with it. Another 3. Works its way down. 3-point field goals in this.
Yeah, I think as good as advertised.
Yeah, you think about this stretch in the schedule. A little bit of a sly smile when he talked to the coaching staff about it concerning what was in front of them. Responded well tonight. Notre Dame just too strong, as they have proven night after night in the ACC. Out front to Nelson. Final seconds with the shot clock off of what is going to be a 13th consecutive victory for the Fighting Irish, and they're going to improve to a perfect 9-0 in ACC play.
Yeah, very impressive. And again, they took a good shot from Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech got off to a very good start. Notre Dame kept playing their game and eventually got it going in the right direction at the start of the second half.